True.
Undead is just weak without Unholy Aura. It really is. Undead is just not good. As I was saying, human is just weak without Brilliance Aura. I said that
Very
earlier.
true.
So in my mind, this cup is just very. I think Orc can use Tavern Heroes pretty well, but it just feels like, Orc and Elf are the two obvious favorites, just from a racial standpoint.
Yeah. It's a shame because last time we had Sheik coming so far.
That's
But
true.
now with Happy and Cash stepping into the game, they are really making sure to have the best conditions they can possibly have.
Yeah.
But even if we have like Night Elf coming up in the kind of semifinals, I think it's still pretty cool to have these long drawn out games in the early rounds. Sadly, we didn't watch or observe the ones that had all the high level heroes. Maybe I can get the replays from them as well, and then I'll put up a replay pack for everyone to download.
So what heroes will we see here? So from Happy, we saw him go Dark Ranger on Echo Owls, and we saw him go Alchemist, I believe, prior to that. In the Night Elf mirror. Cash, I'm not sure what heroes he's been choosing, but again, I don't really like Dark Ranger on this map as much, so I kind of expect an Alchemist. I expect to see Alchemist would be good here. Or Tinker. Tinker, I actually think so. We saw Lil DC lose with Tinker on this map, but I think Tinker's actually pretty good here.
Yeah, I have a feeling like that map he didn't play 100% well. There were a few flaws there when he played the Tinker game. So let's see.
Yeah.
There's actually no Wisp. Okay, now it's coming in. The Archer is coming from Happy. I was like, there's no Wisp nearby at all. Still got like 10 seconds left.
Kind of a greedy creep coming out here from Cash. At least more greedy than Happy. It's not a bad creep at all. It's a little bit harder to do in terms of there's Inner Fire and there's Bloodlust. So you have to bring a bunch of Wisps, and then the item that you get is not a consumable item. So Happy is going to end up getting in his mind, he's hoping for either Greater Mana or Greater Healing Potion. And then over on Cash's side, he is hoping for... and we see Naga coming up from Cash. That's fun.
And he killed the Wisp with an acid bomb. He was just kind of blasting that Wisp out of the earth. It looked funny.
And most likely, Cash is hoping for... I think Boots of Speed can drop from this camp, but probably hoping for either Ring of Regen or Boots of Speed. With Ring of Regen, you can really just tank a lot with your hero while you're creeping. And
Wait, Boots of Speed can drop from a camp? I thought that's not possible anymore.
Did they stop that?
I
guess they did. It's been a while since I've gotten Boots. I guess that makes sense.
I'm pretty sure you can't get Boots anymore from creeps.
Yeah.
Okay. That is not the item he wanted.
I never had Boots of Speed while creeping. They changed that to Wild Black for sure, yeah. Yeah, Ring of Protection for the Naga. She's so squishy that really doesn't make a big difference. A bigger Invo Potion on the other side is a much better item to keep the hero alive. Do you think they might change some of the items? Like, for example, give the ring another, instead of +4, give it +5 or something to make it even stronger? Or you think the ring is fine in general?
I actually think it's fine. It's definitely one of the weaker items, but it's not... Let me put it this way. It's not as weak as, Pendant of Energy is strong. Pendant of Energy is, brokenly strong, whereas Ring of Protection isn't brokenly weak. I know brokenly isn't even a word, but you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. Some items, I feel like, that are considered to be subpar, weak, are mostly considered that because there's one or two items that outshine them so hard. I think that's a very good point.
It's interesting, the Naga. I'm not sure how the Naga will cope in the late game. Do you think that in the game that we saw from Wonder Brown's stream, I think it was, with a level 6 Naga, and she didn't use Cyclone at all?
Naga, the Forked Lightning... No, Naga is not bad at all. I actually think Naga scales decently. The AoE damage is huge. The Frost Arrow is huge. It's a range hero that just puts out a lot of damage. Naga's not bad at all. But we say Happy actually already getting level 3 here with the illusion, and Cash isn't going to fall for it. He sees both of the heroes here. In terms of their tech status, both of them are identical, so they're both going to hit tier 2 right at the same time. One thing to note, Happy does have a Wisp at the expand, so if Cash does go for that expansion after he opened it up, he will be aware of it very, very quickly. So nice Wisp scout there.
Maybe that's the reason why Cash is not expanding, because he had the gold, like he still has a lot of gold. He's just waiting for his tech to finish now. Let's see what they're getting. And now the techs are finishing. We're gonna see the second heroes. Tinker for Cash. And Happy, what is he getting? Ah, Naga. I had a feeling he would get a Naga as well.
Yeah, Naga really makes sense here. Tinker is going to be interesting. Is he going factory? Oh, he does go factory. Okay. So the idea with the factory here is factory is super duper strong as long as you're able to keep the fight in one position. It's actually very similar to like, what's it called? Shadowhunter Serpent Wards, right? The Serpent Wards are really strong as long as you're able to keep a fight in one position. And the factory is very similar in that regard. So, and the Naga helps keep the fight in that one position. So
Book of the Dead.
Tinker not a bad pickup. Oh, Book of the Dead is not very good.
Nah.
Free experience if there's a wisp around. Cash is not really spreading his wisps on the map too much, so maybe that Book of the Dead can actually come into play.
Gold Seal. Someone in chat is asking why Tavern Heroes are better with Night Elf than others. That's a great question, and the reason is all of the races have really strong natural heroes except for Elf. all of Elf's natural heroes are so weak that Tavern Heroes just make sense because they're just good.
Don't
as a
trust
result
this guy.
Of heroes being weak. No, I'm actually being serious.
Can I have the Demon Hunter, please? I'm gonna give you the Plate Master for it.
Yes, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah?
Yeah, give me the Plate Master.
Well, that's up to discussion if the Night Elf heroes are really that bad. I think it's also like with Night Elf you have kind of like bit more of a variety in terms of strats. Oh, we have a creep check coming in from Cash. He stole the experience.
Oh my god, that damage coming out! Holy shit! So many archers, man. That's we see Happy having a ton of archers, and I was gonna say like it's almost not worth it, especially when the next guy. Oh my god, it died to the acid bomb.
Oh my god.
I didn't even look at the main.
Well. Cash had a full well there. Oh my goodness, what a mistake.
But he was so close to the Tree of Ages and probably blocked by his own units he couldn't get there.
I would like to have a rewind function in Warcraft where you can just go back 5 seconds in the real game.
I was going to say, this many archers in general, it's not that good unless you're trying to do a push. And obviously we see he's not pushing, but he's using these archers to creep super fast. And not only that, because of that acid bomb and the frost arrow focus, he was able to force a TP and ended up getting the hero kill. I'm sure he didn't expect the hero kill, but yeah, so Happy is definitely making use of all of these archers for sure.
Found a crystal ball.
That's actually not that bad in a Night Elf mirror, I would say. You can always keep track of expansions. If it's nighttime, you always have a free revelation.
I wouldn't be surprised if he sold it, to be honest. I don't think it's that great. You can like sell it and essentially buy an Orb of Venom or a Staff of Preservation, which is a much better item.
Oh my god, another ring of Protection +4 for Cash. He's not that lucky with his item drops in this game. TP on the Naga.
Wow. Happy is shooting up to 50 food here. Cash going tier 3. I was wondering why Cash's food count was so low, but Cash is almost tier 3 here. And going bears. I kind of expected Mountain Giants. Mountain Giants are just so good against this army composition that Happy has. Bears actually aren't that good. They die way too fast. With the army that Happy has, I would have liked to see a Mountain Giant, but I mean, Cash is a strong player, so maybe he knows something I don't.
We'll see. We'll find out soon. It's nice to see two different strategies clashing against each other in a mirror match. It's always like kind of a bleh if you have the same strategy and the same race, and it's a proper mirror. But now we actually see different stuff. So curious which
something to watch in the next fight is how quickly Happy throws the acid bomb on those bears and how quickly the bears melt. Like unless Cash has like 5+ bears, which he's close 3 is not enough. If he starts this fight with 3 bears, these bears are just going to melt. It's almost like you need 2 sacrificial bears just to get your other bears into position to attack. Because by the time you're in position, 2 bears are going to die.
The Naga is quite stacked with damage items, actually. It's all +6 only, but still.
Yeah, holy crap, man. These are the items that Cash was hoping for, that's for sure. Yeah,
Can Cash fight here?
Look at
I don't think
Naga.
Cash can fight this.
Did you guys comment on Naga's claws yet? Sitting at +18. I think Happy thinks he's playing a Lich right now.
There's no wisp.
Yeah.
There's no wisp in the fight. I was actually seeing that coming, that the Book of the Dead will have an effect, since Cash is not spreading these wisps around. Losing the first bear, losing a triad, and losing the game. GG.
Job's done.
Yeah, that was quite convincing here from Happy. He's refreshed. He had a little bit of a break. He could observe the last game. Well, same for Cash, actually. Maybe he was drinking beer instead of
He's
relaxing.
warmed up now, you know? He had all these Night Elf mirrors against DC before.
Yeah.
He's getting up there.
Alright, let's have a look for the next... Yeah, next game name is up. Equile coming up.
We're going EI. EI, one of the maps where we might see a Dark Ranger.
Yep, game is open now.
So what are the heroes that we haven't seen today at all? Firelord.
Firelord was apparently in another game that we weren't casting though, because someone said
Yeah,
volcano.
the volcano.
earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
On the other stream.
We saw Panda, Pitlord, Dark Ranger, Alchemist, Tinker.
Beastmaster
Oh.
we saw.
And we saw it all except for the Firelord, at
Damn.
least live. It's kind of a shame that Bizarre and Kivikaki, both playing Orc in this tournament, had to kick out. Had to kick each other out in the second round already. My Orc heart is bleeding. Cash is betraying us. All right, we're all in, right? Yeah, good.
I can do that. Work.
Naga cosplaying as Happy Lich. Yeah, maybe. Nobody's noticing it.
Right. And we do see a tavern build coming out from Happy here.
Took me a while to.
I was reading the chat at the same time. Somebody asked, are only tavern heroes allowed? Yep, that's the case. And we actually play on modified maps, so even if you would try to build an altar and get a hero, it's not possible on these maps. Yep. We did that just to make sure that we don't have like an accidental pick, you know? And then coming into a weird situation, should we regame or not?
I've actually done that before where I hire a third hero by accident. It's like when you get into like those really late kind of like chaotic games and you're just like, you know, you're in those like 70 food fights and you're trying to like micro and macro at the same time. And sometimes I'll accidentally hit the hotkey for my altar and I'll create an altar hero. And then all of a sudden, like, and I don't realize it at all. And then all of a sudden I just have like this random altar hero join my army. I'm like, where the hell did you come from? So yeah, it's pretty smart for you to do that.
Are you playing a lot of 1-on-1 now on Pet's Ladder, actually?
I would ask almost never actually. Since Lincoln has been born, I basically only play in like cups and leagues.
Yeah.
When
It's so tough, man. Like since the start of the first season, my percent, I was cruising around 30% at first, and then I fought my way back to 50. But also, like most of the top 10, top 20 people, they also have like less good stats than before. Like
which speaks for the ladder, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which speaks for the matchmaking.
Yeah.
The goal of a ladder is to force you into a 50% win. Like that is the idea, so that 100% of the people are 50%. But obviously you're going to have like some standout players. So in general, with a ladder as competitive as pads, if you're over 50% and you're in one of those high leagues, I mean, it means you're just a really strong player.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
double Dark
Happy
Ranger.
got one loss. Was it against Vortex or who did he lose against?
I don't know. I think Happy
can't
has
remember.
did he have only one loss? I thought he
Last time I
Let me
checked,
see.
yeah. Last time I checked, he had one loss and like 96% or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Happy's 12-1.
And who
okay.
did he lose against? You can actually see that in the profile now.
I'll check.
Let me
It's like a
see.
history. So we got a creeping going on, both with the Dark Ranger now, actually.
He lost to Johnny Cage.
Ah, Johnny
20-minute
Cage.
game. 20-minute game on Tyrannus Stand.
Ah, Johnny Cage, okay. So now we have a true mirror matchup, both doing the same thing with the same heroes on the same units. What do you think? Should we ban Nida for the next cup?
You know, since I'm sure the Blizzard devs care about this game so much, and I know they're watching this cast. Again, I'm just going to give a shout out to Pad. And how easy was that for me to like go check the rankings, see
Yeah.
his match history, and
Yep.
pull up the game. Blizzard, if you're watching, it's a pretty good feature. Pretty good feature. As I'm sure they are watching. So yeah, Matt Morris, Matt Morris and what's his face? The other guy.
Pete
Yeah,
Stillwell?
go for it, guys. Pete Stillwell. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Is he
Make
actually
sure
still
you-
in charge or is he fired? Because you don't hear from him at all. He's not showing his face anymore.
Not sure if I would if I delivered a product like this.
The other guy, his name is forgotten already. It's a shame. He
No,
seemed
the
like a
thing
nice
is, the
guy,
thing is,
actually.
if I was Blizzard, I would really just officially embrace Pat's ladder and work with him together as the official product. Because no matter what they do, it's very likely not going to be a better system or a better matchmaking.
Yeah.
And also, if they just embrace and pay Pat, and endorse him, that would be probably the best PR move they could do.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
Agreed.
But they won't do that, I think. I think Activision will say, no way we're doing this. Like, accepting like that we, or acknowledging that we done something wrong. Nah.
Yeah. And Blizzard has a history for that as well. I remember in Heroes of a Storm when I was casting the game and streaming it full time in esports, there was an observer UI by a user called Ali, and that observer UI was 10 times better than the official one that Blizzard had. And more information, it was faster, it was smoother. But guess what? In 3 years of esports history, Blizzard hasn't used the Ali observer tool once in an official environment.
I don't
They
think
refuse
would
to do that.
Yeah, we got a fight here in the shop. Cash was able to push Happy back. Is anyone going for an expansion yet? Nope. Both have a Wisp ready at least. Yeah, both pumping out units.
Not only is there no expansion, but there's no Hunter's Hall from the side of Happy. We might see some like hippos or, well, I guess his tech is kind of late too. Happy's tech is
Yeah.
super late, actually.
Yeah, compared to Cash stack for sure. What happened there? Like, it looks like if you compare, like
And
the
no
heroes are
Hunter's
same level.
Actually, there's no Hunter's Hall on the side of Cash either.
Yeah.
Are we going to see like mass archers against mass archers or an Ancient Wind into like Hippo Riders? We actually might see Hippo Riders here. It's not terrible against the Dark Ranger.
From both sides, yeah, that would be funny.
But in general, Hippo Riders are a pretty bad unit, so...
Just like all the Night of Heroes.
Yeah, just like all the only Night Elf unit that is good is Mountain Giants. That's the only...
Oh, really?
That's
Are
the
you
only
sure?
thing we...
Are you sure you
Yeah,
don't want
Dryads
to
are
rethink
pretty
that
bad.
statement?
Dryads are pretty bad.
No. In all seriousness, Dryad and Mountain Giant are both really good units. Aside from that, Night Elf units are garbage.
Oh, creep check coming in with a wisp. That wisp could be, yeah, there's only one skeleton left. Actually, it was the second one, but he has so many skeletons himself. Happy that is. 6 of them. Where are the wisps from Cash?
Wow, greater mana potion.
Oh yeah. He left the dust of appearance on the ground. There's
Oh,
no
here
more
they
space.
come! Two
Yeah.
on the way.
All right. Wow, that lightning shield. I'm not sure if that was worth it. See, he had no more space, and it was in his inventory.
Something that was really funny there. Cash had a priest, and Happy had like 18 skeletons, and the priest used like one dispel on one of the big skeletons and damaged it like 50%. It was almost like someone throwing like a pebble at a giant, you know?
But the way, Lado, what do you think about fairy dragons? Because I oftentimes feel like they're underused in certain matchups.
Yeah. They're good, but they're hard to get. Like they're not good on their own. They're good as like a supplemental.
Oh, surround
unit.
on the. Sorry to interrupt you
And-
guys. Surround there on the
Yeah,
Dark
that's
Ranger. That
They're,
fight was really good for Cash.
Yeah, but fairy dragons are really good at supplementing an already strong army, and in order to get yourself into a position to have them supplement your army, you kind of like either one have to have an expansion up, or two already have to be in a pretty big lead, and then you can use the fairy dragons to extend your lead. But to be able to like just randomly like throw 150 wood plus all of the time that it takes to make the building plus the time it makes to make the fairy dragons, and on top of that you have to remember, in order for those fairy dragons to work, you have to already have 2 lores up, you have to already have like your 2 bears plus 4 dryads or whatever your army composition is. You have to basically already have a fighting army, and then you add fairy dragons to your army just to make it that much stronger. So it's hard to make them work. I agree, they're a good unit, but you
Oh, the
yeah,
dispel
they
on the
just-
wisps. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, that's a really cool silence. Very, very cool silence.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you only hit Warcraft, guys, lol.
Man, that sounds beautiful. I was already looking forward to some nice dispels there.
Yeah.
Happy has an expansion up and running, by the way, guys. He's
He's in a
quite
dominant
strong.
position.
Yeah.
So this is a position where he could add fairy dragons. It's kind of like,
Long story short.
yeah. Yeah, but that's kind of the issue with fairy dragons is, and you know the other argument that you can make is, oh well, why don't you go like 1 lore 1 wind? Well, if you go 1 lore 1 wind, then the time it takes to do like the bear upgrade or MG upgrade, you basically don't have enough units. You need 2 lores to be able to get those bears or dryads out in a timely manner that you have an army that's able to fight. So yeah, fairy dragons, they're fun and they're good, but it's hard to make them work in an actual game.
Fair enough.
We've got the huge skeletons again because Happy is already level 5. He's so far ahead with his hero levels.
Yeah. Also,
Any-
this Dark Ranger of Happy, by the way, dishes out heavy punches, man. I was just wondering where the health went on that archer, but I look at the items and, of course, the Dark Arrow, and now it all makes sense.
You know, I'm kind of joking about the fairy dragons. Sorry to keep going on this tangent, but fairy dragons are actually really good against Naga and Dark Ranger, and it wouldn't be a terrible add to add to his army right now. Against the Naga, every single time they cast the Dark Arrow or the Frost Arrow, it counts as a spell. So it just continuously zaps those heroes, and it does a lot of damage. So I doubt we're going to see it, but it would be pretty fun to see.
Oh, the wisp detonates. Again silenced. That second one would have been a big one. Those level 3 skeletons, they give quite a lot of experience as well, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, ooh, it's not looking good there for Cash. He's up against the rope. There's no expansion for him, and yeah, Happy got his expansion run. He can pump these Dryads now.
Yeah,
That's
and this
gonna
Dark
is-
Ranger is already 5.5 as well, so if he keeps feeding those archers to her, she's just gonna have charm ready, and
Yeah.
he knows.